It's now my great honor to introduce my boss. I don't think it's a secret to anybody in this room that Governor LePage has made education a central focus of his administration. For the 2 years that I've been on the job at the department, the governor and I have met countless times, I can't even think of the number of times, to explore ideas to make our schools better and develop and forward proposals to do just that. As a commissioner, it's been a distinct pleasure to work with a governor who is as committed to education as Governor LePage is. I consider myself extraordinarily fortunate to be able to work with him to improve educational opportunities for kids. As you can tell from all of the materials, this is the governor's conference on education. This whole thing was his idea. He grabbed me at a conference we were at and said, we ought to do one of these up in Maine. So here we are. And so it's my distinct pleasure to welcome to the stage for some opening remarks the 74th governor of the great state of Maine, Paul LePage.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to be here today, and thank you, Steve, for some kind words, and Michelle. It's great to see you again. I met Michelle a while back, and I will tell you, she is the real deal, and she is what this conference is all about. And I'd like to ask her, Michelle, what do you think you're going to be doing in 10 years?
Hopefully having a successful career and having a loving family, the works.
It's what we all look forward in life. At your age, I will tell you, and this is the truth, at her age, I was looking to become a successful Pepsi-Cola truck driver. And not only did I dream of it every day, I worked it every day as a helper on a truck. And believe me, when I say to you, that was my aspiration, because that was all I knew. That was the highlight of my life, was getting up and going to work as a helper and getting empty bottles out of cellars. And I thought, wow, I'm going to be a great truck driver, until about my senior year, when I went in to see my guidance counselor. And they looked at my grades, looked at my background, and said, Paul, we suggest that you learn how to paint. And it wasn't canvas. So I took a little offense to that. And I went on my mission. I took it upon myself to try to get into college. And I applied to 50 colleges. And I remember one college, I applied on a Thursday and I got the rejection on Monday. I think it was Boston College. I was batting 0 for 50 until I had the good fortune of meeting the president of Husson College up in Bangor. And he took a chance on me. He gave me an exam in French because I told him my problem was my language, because I started speaking English at 13, and by 18, well, let me give you the real story here. If you take your SATs and you spell your name correctly, I think you get 200 points. I fell short of 300. So they gave me an exam in French to see if I had the ability to comprehend. And I did very, very well, so they accepted me on academic probation. And I graduated 4 years later as the top graduate, still on academic probation, but with like a 3.9. So it was quite an experience. And the reason I tell you that story this morning is because I believe my mission for the rest of my life is to make sure that every Maine student has the same opportunity I had. That is my mission. People say, what drives this guy? Well, I'll tell you, there are only very simple two things that drive me. Is having every student have the best opportunity for an education. And secondly, is to make Maine a very prosperous state. And that's all that drives me. And I do work many hours. I'm considered a little bit of a workaholic, but it's because I am so passionate about my state. Now, today you're going to hear some folks from around the country, and I had the good fortune of listening to these folks at a conference, an education conference put on by former Governor Jeb Bush. And I'm telling you, it's astounding what they have to offer and the things that you're going to hear today, the things that have happened in other parts of the nation. You're going to hear from Tony Bennett, who is currently the Commissioner of Education in Florida, formerly from Indiana. And if you look at the track record of both those states in the last decade, it's just phenomenal what has happened and what they've done with our kids. And we can do that here. Now, I don't apologize for being a little rough around the edges, because that's what happens when you're on the streets. But I will tell you this. It comes from the right place. It comes from wanting to make sure that every student gets it and that we provide it. Now, we brought a graph up here today, and I just want to say that a lot of people will tell you that I'm anti-schooling, I'm anti-education, I'm anti-everything. But this is what we've done with education. If you see the blue right here was historical under my predecessor. And the red is what we've added to education since we've been here in the last 4 years. So to say that the governor of the state of Maine is cutting education is incorrect. To say that the governor of Maine is trying to make up for some major cuts at the federal level, that is correct. And so I am committed to our kids. I am committed to this conference. I'm committed to the people you're going to hear today. It's just phenomenal what is happening. I would say this about the state of Maine. At 18, I hated this state. At 21, I fell in love with it because I got an education. Education opens up, unlocks your opportunities and your ability to face life and have the ammunition and the knowledge to get through and be successful. Now, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I've been modestly successful. I'd say I'm a 7. But I want every kid in our schools to be a 9 and a 10. So I hope you enjoyed today's conference. I hope that you really get a lot out of it, because, in closing, I want to say this. In my life's experience, I will tell you that some children will learn with their eyes, others with their ears, others with their hands. Others, they talk their way into success. But the point being is they all deserve it. So we have to give them options, opportunities. I'll give you one quick story about our son Devin. He came here, we got him here from Jamaica. And the first 6 months, I was about ready to pull my hair out. What am I going to do with this kid? He doesn't want to study. He doesn't like U.S. government, U.S. government, history, he couldn't stand. Geography, he knew where Jamaica was and where Maine was, and he found Maine very cold. So I went to the superintendent and I said, what am I going to do with this kid? He's driving me crazy. He said, Paul, get rid of the dead white man books and get him something he likes. Well, today, he's got his master's. He lives in the South. He's a golf pro at a very expensive golf course, which I can't even afford to go at as on a governor's salary. Come on, Roger, you got to give me a raise. No, in all seriousness, he has done very well. He's married to a lovely young lady who's on the Olympic team. So he's been just a marvelous success. And it's all about buying him a stack of golf magazines, and he read and read and read, and now he is just a phenomenal young man. So education is everyone's future. Thank you.